Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good and staying healthy and everything now. I wanted to do a reading today for Heather Michelle O'Rourke. She was famous for her movies in Poltergeist. Was in the first three Poltergeists, I believe. And right after she filmed for the third edition at 12 years old, she died. She died on February the 1st, 1988, from sepsis. Apparently, her bowels had erupted or something like that. And one a doctor has said that the injuries that she had are very, very unusual and strange, especially seeing as she didn't have any other issues with her stomach. He said that the type of what happened to her is very unusual for a child of 12 years old who's never had any type of stomach issues prior to just, yeah, to happen like that. It's awful. She was living in Lakeside, California when she passed away, I believe. Um, but she's only 12, and there's a lot of mystery surrounding her death and what was really possibly the cause of it. So I wanted to look into it today, and that's what we're going to do. So, Spirit guides, guardian angels, please show me with the tarot what really happened to cause the death of Heather Michelle O'Rourke. She was born on December the 27th, 1975 in San Diego. What really happened? What really happened to cause the death of Heather Michelle O'Rourke? So this came out. So you have the Page of Cups here. That's too many cards. I'm going to shuffle one more time, then I'm going to put them back. I'll give about one more shuffle, I think. Let's split them. Alright. So we have the Seven of Cups reversed here. The Lovers reversed. Three of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. The Knight of Swords reversed. I'm going to lay them all out and then we're going to talk about them. Temperance reversed. The Three of Wands reversed. Page of Pinnacles reversed. Trying to decide if I should lay out some more. I'm going to lay out three more, but okay, so the Knight of Wands reversed, Nine of Swords, and the Emperor reversed. Wow. Eight of Cups, somebody's walking away. She feels abandoned. Okay, guys, we are back. I had a little bit of technical issues, so I used that time to get me a bigger space for my camera and so that you guys could see the cards. Okay, so we'll just get right back into it. The Page of Cups was the first card that I pulled, and this card to me feels like Heather. This is a very emotional card, and it can signify a child and the emotions for that child or the emotions of that child, and it can also be a bringer of messages in the form of happy news or important information. It could be an invitation to a social event, gossip, potential for romantic prospects, even. It could signify the beginning moments of gaining maturity, emotional maturity. Um, to me, obviously this represents Heather and her energy at the time, because she was, she was 12, she was about to be 13. So she was, in the beginning stages of maturing and going through puberty, if not already starting it. Um, she energetically, she feels to me like she was a very in tune person. She was very in tune with feelings, and she had a lot of them. I feel like she could kind of read people, read her parents, read adults, kind of read adults, and was very emotional about those adults. And then we have the Seven of Cups, and it's reversed. And it being reversed is, for its choices or clouded judgment, stuff like that, or, not seeing the truth. It could be drug use, stuff like that. But, in the reverse, it's like getting a cold, hard reality check about relationships and people in your life. So it's a time when you could be lacking of choices or options, cutting off your emotions about something because, there's no other way in your mind. It's a card of cups, so that's very, very emotional, but it would be a choice based on um, perceived need or perceived no choice in the matter, so to speak, than actual logic or reason, you know. The third card is the Lovers reversed. And this card reverse is, it's a card of like a struggling to make peace with the decision that you've made, and it causes conflict within you, basically. A decision that you made, a past decision. So this would be a decision that was made in the past. Um, you've been struggling to deal with that decision, or you're now being faced with it, seeing as the Seven of Cups here, you're being faced with a decision that you made in the past. You're now dealing with the consequences of that decision, and you were too focused on material gain, and you now regret those decisions, because they weren't from an emotional place, they were from a materialistic place, right? So I think this is her parents, personally. I think that that night she got a hard, cold reality check about her parents, um, which caused her heartbreak, grief, and betrayal. There was some kind of betrayal that happened to her from her parents that made her have to come to grips with reality, or even then to come to grips with reality, because decisions that they made without her in mind, without her best interest in mind, are now coming to, they're having to pay the price, kind of thing. Um, she suffered a great betrayal from the people that were supposed to care for her, is what it feels like to me. Um, it's also being shown the truth about situations and people in your life. So, she sees the truth about her parents and what they really cared about, which was the Wheel of Fortune. You know, Wheel of Fortune is good fortune, good luck, spinning the wheel, um, hoping for, wanting fortune and money and material, that you spin the wheel. But the thing about the wheel is it always comes back down again, right? You always end up on the bottom at some time again. And it's also a card of big changes that are for your greater good. Not all changes, but it's needing to realize that not all changes are good, and but they can and do lead to your destiny. Um, they were too focused on the fortune, the glamour, the goodness that was coming from her life in film. I feel like they forgoed her emotions or their emotions for her. She was a money making endeavor kind of thing, and that's strongly what I get. They had cut off their emotions for their daughter, I feel, long before then. And maybe even from what I'm picking up on, they might have even signed her away, kind of thing, like said that once she reached this age, you can take her off, or not take her off, but like you can have her. She can be yours. It was a deal that was made, possibly from perceiving having no other choice but to do it, maybe. Yeah. So now we have the Knight of Swords reverse, and it's about big changes and opportunity as well. One that is basically you better jump on it. If you don't, you're going to be left behind. It can indicate like leading others to danger. It could be a bully, a criminal, or someone who puts someone in danger. So that's them putting her in danger, because it's right underneath this. So they put her into the danger or took her to it, leading somebody into danger. Maybe she was, so it's like she was faced with something. So what, she went somewhere or somebody came, and that's when it became clear to her what was going on. This person came, or event happened to help her see that they didn't. I don't know. Let's go on. So then we have the Temperance Reversed, and this is a sexual card, and it's you know, temptation, all that, sexual temptation, stuff like that. And it's a card of like seeking advice, as you can see here with the barmaid. They're exchanging stories. It's a card of imbalance and overindulgence. It's seeking gratification in risky and harmful ways. And it also could indicate a debt that needed to be paid because of indulgence and unbalanced behavior. Wow. So they betrayed her possibly because they overspent, maybe, or some kind of risky endeavor or a risky investment, or some kind of situation where maybe they were spending too much money, living beyond their means, stuff like that, or owed somebody, and the debt was her. Maybe even like getting her. Does that make sense? Ugh. And then the Three of Wands reversed is feeling caged and restricted. It could indicate delays in money or projects and needing to plan for the future better. So when we see that it's under the Wheel of Fortune in the reality check, um, they had an option. Either this happened or they weren't going to get money, maybe. Because we have the Page of Pinnacles, which is next, and it's reversed, and this is bad news about money. So if this doesn't happen, you're not getting money, because this is bad news about money. A rebellious child. So this could be her not wanting to do whatever it was. So she might not have wanted to give this person the gratification and what it is that they were looking to indulge in. And they were told if that didn't happen, then no money for them. And obviously, they're only thinking about money. And, basically. And then we have the Knight of Wands here, and this is in reverse as well. And this knight it's about very arrogant, reckless, impatient, lack of self-control, as a person that's passive, volatile, and domineering. It indicates frustrations and delay, so he wasn't getting what he wanted, or she was trying to fight him off or fight this person away, and they become angry and that they're not getting anywhere and acts really volatile to get control. As a person, this can also be someone that has lost power at some point, possibly, or and trying to compensate for something that you don't have control over. This could lead to, it could be an unstable relationship as well. Um, Wasting funds can be indicated here, and a financial loss can be indicated here as well, and also unreliable work is with that one. So if this didn't happen, they were going to be blocked from getting any more jobs, because didn't they have another daughter? And this caused them great fear and anxiety with this Nine of Swords, and this is nightmares. Their worst nightmare, they had no choice, or her worst nightmare. This is trauma. And then we have the freaking Emperor Reversed, and this is abuse of authority. Squeezing too tight. This is a domineering abuse of authority. And it also represents the dad or problems with the father figure. So I'm gonna go downward, sorry. So if we see there the emotions of her, she has flowing emotions, because the Page of Cups can also be very emotionally immature, or just now starting to gain maturity and having well, so she was heartbroken because of the overindulgence and the risky behavior, and they were basically trying to gain money from her and wanted her to do something with this person here, this Knight of Wands energy here. Because if that didn't happen, she was going to be unable to expand in her career, her life. It was going to be disappointment in money. Money that was supposed to come in. Maybe he had even paid to do this. Maybe this happened because she was being cut off from some kind of company, and she was not going to get any more jobs, so they had to find another way to compensate for that. So they gave it to this person, the Emperor, who probably had some kind of position where he could manipulate what happened, as in manipulate what the cop said, manipulate what happened at the hospital and what they ruled it as, all of that. But I see here there's something she didn't want to do it. She was not okay with it. She seen who her parents were because they were forcing this upon her. It was very hurtful. They were lacking logic. They were lacking reason. It was all about money. It was all about the money they could have. It's almost like they had kids specifically for money making endeavors. And the way that they said she was come to, I think Steven Spielberg. I think it was Steven Spielberg. I don't remember. But she was in the mall and she was sitting there waiting for her mama to get back. She was all alone. Ain't that how abduction stories start? Some strange man, old man, comes up talking to your little kid. What the heck? That sounds creepy in itself. And I think I had heard that they were having a falling out about something. So maybe because of those delays and the falling out they were having with, Steven Spielberg and the money that they were supposed to get, they had to come up with other ways, and it was almost like selling to the highest bidder. But nowhere here does it, there's nothing about her health here. She was healthy and vibrant. This is her. It even looks like her, like an older version of her. Isn't that? See that? But yeah, she transformed into a beautiful butterfly for sure. I hate to see that, but I figured it was the truth. That a lot of the conspiracy theories were probably true in an aspect. And some people say in the threes here, there's 2 3s, so it's 33. It's definitely a conspiracy theory number. But some people say that from the first movie, that was basically them saying that they were going to be sacrificing her in a sense. So it's definitely possible. But yeah. Love and light, y'all, and please stay blessed, y'all. Love you all. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.